Formula 1 arrived in Japan for the penultimate round of the 2019 season. Their main news was that Leclerc was aiming to secure his first ever world championship, which wouldn't be the first that had been earned of course in Japan, as Japan of course and Suzuka has provided many world championships over the previous years. Leclerc would of course had to finish low down in the points for second place Sergio Perez in order to take full charge here in Japan, and then also to have a chance of taking it to the next round in Australia, the final round of the season. Williams will also look to make ground here as well, as they are still have a slim chance of a Constructors' Championship, although Vettel and Leclerc both need to retire from the race. So with the odds stacks against them, the ball is very much in Ferrari's court, and it's Ferrari and Leclerc who has got it to lose. And moving to the grid now, Pierre Gasly took pole for Renault as he continues his charge up the championship standings. Charles Leclerc, though, second place, ahead of Perez in third. Advantage Leclerc, definitely there. Harmson lines up in P4, third in the championship. Verstappen is fifth, and Lewis Hamilton is in sixth. Nico Hülkenberg starts 7th. Stoffel Van Dorn starts down in P8. Both of them annoyed not to be as fast as their teammates. Valtteri Bottas gets into the top 10 for unsure if they can get Mercedes' first points for a while. Daniel Ricciardo is rounds out the top 10. Sebastian Vettel is only outside the top 10, as is Kevin Magnussen once again, who unfortunately can't build on that run of form he was having. Carlos Sainz is 13th, and bad news for Williams as Rosberg has a 5-place penalty for changing a gearbox. He starts down in 14th. Row 8 is all Alfa Romeo, will want Raikkonen getting the better of Giovinazzi. On the 9th row it's Esteban Ocon and Dani Kvyat, the Frenchman getting the better of the Russian. And on the last row it is Pascal Wehrlein, and George Russell was slowest of all for Force 1. Now it's time for the race for today's Japanese Grand Prix. Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to another video of Final Fantasy Formula 1 2019. Today we're doing the penultimate episode of this series, episode 15 for the Japanese. I've already told you the Japanese Grand Prix, but yes, the penultimate episode of this series. Thank you so much for the support on yesterday's video. There are a lot of you that want to see out this series, so yes, thank you so much. I shall try not to disappoint you all. Especially of something that will happen in today's race, and also what's going to happen in Australia, but that will be for tomorrow, and then there'll be a day off before Tuesday. But anyway, moving to Japan, a track that I've never really done well at, and yes, we'll have to see what Jeff thinks down on the grid.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Oh, I'll try not to let you down, but we'll have to wait and see what we can get at the start. Oh, it's a 2-stop strategy, right? We're screwed over already. Because every time we do a 2-stop, we always never really get the upper hand. Perez might even do a 3-stop, we never knowing him. So we go with 5 red lights. Go! And once again, it's been another ferocious start, and we already lost 2 places. Okay, Hamilton and Verstappen. And Verstappen's been shoved off by Hamilton, and we have lost a bit of our front wing. Oh, really pinched there, but then he just hit him off. So this is Verstappen. He just gets punted off. Nothing Verstappen could do there. He's going to lose out to Van Dorn. We have got front wing damage though, and that is going to affect us a lot. We're changing the tyre structure. We're going to change it up to a one stop onto a set of medium tyres. We'll try and take them to the end of the race. We're not going to come in just yet though, because otherwise we'll have to stop again. We are going to have to carry on. Verstappen now is getting very racy. So too is the crash master Lewis Hamilton. But really, is it 3 wide with the 2? Oh dear, Van Dorn's not going to move that, and he locks up, and Van Dorn goes wide off. So that's Van Dorn down a few places. Now I believe this is Verstappen and Hamilton are going again. They're going through 130. Oh, and Verstappen has got his revenge on Hamilton and has punted him off, not allowing the Brit to follow through there. Now Nico Hülkenberg.
Mind that front wing. It'll need replacing if it takes too much damage. Alright, we expect these tyres to be good for green flag.
Oh, Hülkenberg took a swipe at us there as we move down into turn 1. Verstappen has managed to get back in front of him. I'm not sure if Verstappen's got damage, but he touched us there, and then he expected to have the room. So Hülkenberg lost out. Ricciardo now is coming through. You've got Verstappen though behind him. You say that there's yellow flags up and out again, and this is for Nico. Is it Nico Rosberg? Yes, it is. He's going to have DRS on Hülkenberg, and then he pulls off. He makes contact with Hülkenberg. He's on the soft tyres and pulls off with mechanical failure.
Ahead is 6.8 seconds.
Top 3 are running away, although Paris is leading the race. That's actually a turn 1 against Verstappen. Really tries to go out the outside. Ricciardo now goes through. Really, we haven't really got much against Ricciardo. He's going to go around the outside through 130R. We're not going to fight him too much because I think if we let Ricciardo go on fights, Ricciardo should have the pace over the other people. Yes, and then Jeff came up with this stupid strategy change as I was coming into the pits. They didn't want us to check that, but we are pitting for mediums. This is going to be a slow stop. It's going to certainly mean that we are going down the back of the grid. We've got the 2 Force 1s who are so slow that the fact that they're down the Toro Rossos of course as well.
Go, go, go.
With Danny Kvyat, interestingly, we're actually not going to come out in last place. Danny Kvyat is not there. Let's take a look and see what happened to Kvyat early in the race. He's some 30 seconds behind everybody else. I mean, we're now the nearest car to him as we get a very nice tank slapper coming out of the pits. Nicecoldtyres.com. This is what happened to Kvyat early. He's racing with his teammate Pascal Wehrlein. Once again, he's going to try and go around with 130R and hits his teammate, and pretty much does a copy of Hamilton, although with less effect really. I don't get why the II are programmed to go through 130. Only Kimi Räikkönen's ever made a move through there. And this is Lewis Hamilton, who's up the road from us. He is trying to overtake Sebastian Vettel, and he's trying to go through 130R, and he is actually going to make the move for 130R. Then he gets caught up behind Antonio Giovinazzi, who's up ahead of him now, I think, and subsequently locks up Bottas. Very easy DRS. He's on the mediums already. Carlos Sainz comes out the pits. We're going to have a dive down into turn 2, I think that is, or whatever it is. And Bottas and Sainz do actually go side by side through that. I expect the McLaren is the better car these days, with Mercedes strolling right down the grid, even slower than McLaren into the midfield compared to what they were. Meanwhile, up front, interestingly, Kevin Magnussen is leading the Grand Prix again. He's obviously got another stop to make, but interesting to see that he's up there. Magnussen actually came out ahead of us then on his medium tyres. He's going to the end of the Grand Prix. Sainz is now going to have a go at us for P7. I said Hamilton has really screwed us over by putting Verstappen into our front wing. Another move through 130R now. This time it is, I believe this is, it's actually Verstappen who's come out behind us. Moving to lap 18 now, we have Perez, who's come in to make another stop onto soft tyres, who breezes past Magnussen. And also we got Verstappen now and Sainz. No love lost, excuse me. And Verstappen locks up, just like Van Dorn did earlier. And then also what happened is that Sainz dropped into Kimi Raikkonen. Sorry, not Kimi Raikkonen, Tony Giovinazzi and Hamilton as well. And Giovinazzi now gets the move done on Sainz falling back in this race. So yes, that moves us swiftly to lap 24. We are going to go down the inside of K-Mag, who I believe has a mechanical issue. So it's very straightforward, really. Now, Daniel Ricciardo and Australia fans, pay attention. Daniel Ricciardo is up to P3. He's going to go past Charles Leclerc for P2. Now, that was on lap 20. And then, a few laps later, lap 24, he catches up to Pierre Gasly through 130R and takes the lead of the Japanese Grand Prix. So, there is a McLaren leading. The last time we had a McLaren leading, on screen was Brazil 2016, off screen was Azerbaijan 2016. But it's been 3 years since we had a... So Pierre Gasly's going to have a look down the inside and take victory away, although Gasly locks up, and that allows Ricciardo back through in the McLaren. So good race between there, and Ricciardo has gone on to win the Grand Prix. But back to our race, it's not over for us. That we've got Stoffel Van Dorn having a look through 130R, but he pulls out very sensibly, and we'll have to settle for P number 7. We'll come home for P6, but I don't think is bad considering the fact that we had front wing damage.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in
Had to make a horrible pit stop after Hamilton was a little bit of a prick. But before we move to the what happened, the race results, I just want to point out what happened to Esteban Ocon at the end of the race, because this is after, of course, and he actually went out at the end of the race by thanks of one Danny Kvyat. So he's closing on the Toro Rosso driver. He's going for a move, and then he just punts into the back of him. I don't know. But anyway, Daniel Ricciardo surely will be smiling on the Australian in his first win since 2014. It's been that long for him. Nico Hülkenberg comes through to take P7, which will annoy Pierre Gasly a lot. Sergio Perez is 4th, but not enough ahead of Leclerc, which means Leclerc as world champion. Ourselves in 6th, Van Dorn 7th, Giovinazzi 8th. Magnussen was 9th with a fault, and Hamilton rounds out the top 10. Verstappen is only 11th after being punted. Raikkonen was 12th. Sainz 13th. Vettel 14th. Bottas on a 3-stop in the end was only 15th. Then Verline, Russell, Kvyat rounds out the thing, although I think Kvyat may or may not have had something else after Ocon. With, of course, Rosberg, the man who also failed to finish. So yes, moving to the standings, Charles Leclerc is indeed Drivers' World Champion. We've only got one race to go in Australia, which will come in tomorrow. Sergio Perez does move into the 200s, but it doesn't means that he will finish 2nd. I will actually finish 3rd, and there's a big fight for 4th actually between Hamilton and Gasly. Gasly in form, Hamilton not. And then there's also closing up between Verstappen, Hülkenberg, Ricciardo, Rosberg, all very close. In terms of the Drivers' Constructors' World Championship, Ferrari have sealed the Constructors' World Championship in Japan as well. Williams will confirm second place, but there is a change, a late change here, because Renault are now come through to take third place away from us, Carlsberg BMW. There is only 11 points in it. We'll try and retake third place in Australia, and literally all the other positions will most likely stay the same. So yes, that's going to be it for today's episode. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new to see more, well, to see the final episode of Final Fantasy F1 coming tomorrow, and of course my F1 2019 career mode with Renault. But until the next video, next time, take care, enjoy your day, and goodbye.